to him it would feel that way because if he's like the only person on one
idea,
that's ganging up. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we do. So sometimes it'll be easier. Sometimes I don't feel like all of you right. Sometimes you're right.
But that's what he said. He said sometimes. That's what he said. He didn't say all the time. He said sometimes y'all gang up on him, and that's not a good feeling.
I don't be meaning to gang up on him. It just be like sometimes if I'm speaking to Nishan like one-on-one, it's like we'll come to like some sort of agreement at the end of the conversation. But then
say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
But then it's like after like the conversation, he kind of like, I guess does what, yeah, like he kind of like everything. It just like he forgets it, and like he just does everything that I just told him like that he shouldn't do. So like when somebody else says it and you agree with it, like when somebody brings up your point, it's like, oh yeah, I just told you this. Yeah, that's why I might feel like you're ganging up on him.
Elijah, what about you? What you feel about this situation? What do you feel about the whole topic? Like, honestly.
I mean, sometimes I think it's just about communication, because sometimes somebody intercepting somebody else's communication, it could just be like the downfall of everything.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Like sometimes, right, if Nishon was to say something, right? Like, let's say him and Anaya was talking, right? If Nishon was to say something, right? And Anaya was to understand his idea, and then Anaya was to say something to respond to him, and he didn't understand it, so it's like, it's just repetitive in a way. Like, he's not understanding what she's saying when she's trying to make a point. Hypothetical.
Thank you for using that word. I like that.
Alright, so I mean, because I feel like the biggest problem is between the two oldest. Like, that's really how I feel. I feel like the biggest problem is always between the two oldest, which is Nation and Anaya. Like, because you guys are the oldest, you guys are doing things and like talking to people, and you know, which Anaya, you shouldn't be talking to nobody till you like 35 anyway. And Nation, I give you till you 31, but you know, y'all,
that's sexist.
Y'all out here
Sexist.
Y'all out here doing things differently these days.
How long y'all been married for?
How long
Before
you been
34?
married? Me and your father? We've been married for 10 years.
How long y'all been together for?
17
Before
years.
35?
Before 35?
How old was y'all?
No, I'm 45 right now. I got with him when I was...
Cat.
I got married.
Exactly.
I got married when I was 35.
But then that was
She's lying.
that was
yeah,
like
minus
like
the 7
in his
years.
50s.
That's 28.
No, your Uncle Leo is 47.
No.
Alright, back
Take it.
Wait, Ma, say all day again.
Oh! Somebody! Oh! He needs some milk!
So Anaya and Nation, this whole thing is mainly
Pertaining to us too.
right pertaining to you two, because you guys are the oldest, right? So now you're the oldest girl, and they're showing you the oldest boy. So Nation, when Anaya is talking to somebody hypothetically that you don't like, you handle things differently you will handle things differently, much differently from how Anaya is going to handle it. You are a boy, right? So boys just say 2-3 words and it is what it is. Like, yo, I'm just going to tell you one time, don't play with her, or we all coming after you. Anaya, on the other hand, is like, yo, who you talking to? Like, we gonna pull up. We'll pull up today, we'll pull up tomorrow, we pulling up every day, we don't care. It's on site, blah, 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 blah. And now, a girl is gonna take Anaya and Kylie seriously, because that's what girls do. A boy is gonna be like, yo, man, this dude saying what he's saying. I'm gonna listen to him. Right, I'm gonna listen to him, but he worried about the wrong things. Like, I'm not even worried about him right now. I'm worried about his cousin and probably.
understand where you're coming from when you say that, but it's just like, alright, yeah, she gonna jump too quicker than I would jump in a situation like that. But it's just like, yo, if I'm
That's
telling
not
you
what
like,
she's saying.
That's your problem.
She
what?
said, I was trying to say that Anaya will be more aggressive with it. Because
That's what she was saying.
No, you said that she'll jump too
She'll
quick.
jump quicker than I would. That's what I said. She'll jump
No,
quicker than I
but
would.
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, in the same situation, you guys, y'all jump on it at the same time. It's just that your reactions are like your reaction is like, yo, listen, don't play with my cousin. I heard. Maybe even it's like, yo, I heard what you did or what you said to my cousin. I'm not with it. Like, don't let that happen again. Anaya and Kylie will be on some, yo, every time I see you, it's on site because you don't know how to talk to my brother. I don't care if it happened one time. Don't let it happen again. And then it don't happen again, but they'll be on some, you remember that time 8 years ago when you said something, I didn't like you from then, and I'm never going to like they will drag it. Like, that's all I'm saying is that girls are different. Like, they'll drag it. And to them, they're just being protective. That's just something that girls have in them, is to be protective.
She don't understand.
And not just protective, overprotective. Because boys are protective, but they're not as overprotective. And I'm not sure if you guys are not overprotective because y'all know y'all strength, and girls are because I don't know why. We just are. Like,
Probably, I think it's because we use our energy in person.
I just try to
say?
maybe.
Me, I'd rather
You
be
what you trying to say? What you think I got more beat on my bones than you? What you gonna do? Hit somebody and break your arm? What's wrong with you? Don't even do that. Let's not do that now.
You see,
Let's not do that.
strength and meat on me is two different things. Huge
I
difference.
don't know. Me, I just stay calm a lot because it's like I know how I get,
Okay.
and it's like, what's the point of me wasting all my energy on going so hard for something that can just be solved with some calm words?
All
Basically.
right, so
That's not in
True
every
say,
situation.
true say though. But if we're gonna talk about it, every time you talk in a calm situation, is it solved?
No,
Okay, so then what do you
not every
What is your
time,
point?
but
you gotta at least give it an effort.
sometimes, like,
I'm
And
sorry,
when it don't
like,
try,
you
when
gotta,
it don't
you gotta,
work,
yeah.
from self experience, has that been working for you, or has it worked for you?
It works once in a while. It works once in a while.
But for you, it worked because you don't even
my
really
guys
talk
know.
to
My
girls.
guys know how I get down. My
Who's your
guys
guys?
know.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
All right. No, I'm gonna ask a question. You, Anaya. Not too long ago, you was in a situation where at one point, Anaya, you was talking to somebody that
Did not know how to treat you.
people may have approved of at first, and then after a while, everybody was on some, yo, he's moving mad funny, like, not, and the sad thing is, I gave you advice, right? You didn't listen to me. I said, all right, you got it. So now you getting advice from other people, right? To the point where you started getting mad at people for telling you what it really was. And let me put this out there. All of y'all gonna go through that. I don't want none of y'all to think that y'all not gonna go through it to the point where somebody gonna say something, and if you really like a person, you're not gonna listen to them. You're not.
You lose friends.
I feel like in that,
connections, all that stuff.
honestly, I feel like in that particular situation, Anaya started to like, I guess, blame herself for stuff that was going on in the situation.
True say.
Because like when you could just look on her face, like if we talking to her about it, you're like, she just looked like it just looked like, dang, I feel like I'm the wrong person in the situation.
No.
She got brainwashed.
No.
Sometimes
I'm gonna say honestly, as Anaya's mom, that some of it was your fault, right? Because you have a horrible attitude, and I told you, and that's not just in a relationship. that type of relationship. That's in friendships. That's in talking to me and your father. That's in talking to your brother and your cousins. I tell you all the time, mind how you talk. People tend to think that girls and guys, like, they blame themselves in situations because they are not told, oh, we love you, or they're not told the right things to do. Were you told the right things to do? You were, right?
She was.
And I told Anaya all the right things to do.
I'm
Why?
talking about like before. Like before.
Let her finish talking.
Hold on.
Before I went in a relationship.
Yeah. First of all, you shouldn't have been in a relationship. That's number one. Right? And then once we found out, we told you, you not in no relationship, but you kept on some I am, and so now you get your feelings hurt, your heart broken, all that good stuff. And that's gonna happen in life, and that's not just gonna happen once or twice. It's gonna happen. Like, that's something that's gonna happen, right? But my whole thing is, when that happened, were you told the right things? Were you told exactly what to do? Yeah. All right. Your father even sat down and had a whole talk with you, right? All right. And were you told that you were loved?
Yeah.
Were you told that you're beautiful? Were you told that you could do better? Were you told that this shouldn't even be happening at this age? Were you told all of that? But you chose to do what? Right. So at the end of the day, that happened. Now, when you chose to do what you wanted to do, who did you look to for advice? Besides me and your father. And you didn't even look to us. Like, I just was giving you advice because I couldn't stand seeing you the way you was. But who did you look to for advice? These three right here, right? And after advice from them, felt how? How did it feel after a while?
Repetitive.
It felt repetitive, and you felt how?
Annoyed because I wasn't hearing what I wanted to hear.
Right.
Instead of hearing what I needed to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You was hearing what you needed to hear
I got a question.
instead of what you wanted to
Yeah.
hear.
How come you never?
But it's
Nah,
like
but
in
it
the
was-
heat, like in the moment, like you're not gonna see what other people see it because it's kind of like you're
Blind.
not, you're kind of like you're
When they
blind
say
to the
love is
situation.
blind,
That's
it's
true.
not just love, it's love, like, infatuation, all of that. Because the sad thing is, you don't know what love is
Especially your
until
shirt
you really have love. Then you'll realize, like, yeah, all that time, that was just a strong like, or that was just infatuation. Because that's really what it is. When those love clouds go away and all those hearts are gone and you see the person for how they are, then you realize, like, yo, I was dead
Everything
wrong.
I was hearing was right.
Right. Right. And at that time, how did you allow someone else to treat you?
Okay.
You asking me? I'm asking you.
Bad.
Now,
I mean,
now looking at it, how did you allow that person to treat you?
yeah, it was bad. But yeah, it was bad.
It was bad. It was bad. And why? It was bad. Okay. And now that you know it was bad, right? Do you think that you will allow that to happen again?
To myself. Yeah, and I wouldn't. I mean, no, I would never let that happen. No, but I will also not let that happen to anybody else.
Right.
That's why what I went through is kind of what Sean is going down the path of like going through. So I'm trying to tell him what's gonna be like the outcome of it. And yeah,
That was
just trying to
exactly what I
explain
was.
to him.
That was exactly what I was telling him a few days ago. I was like, yo, bro, I seen from experience a nice situation, bro. And it looks like you just going right down the same path. Like no types of curves, nothing. It's just straight the same path. And he was like, yeah, I understand. And it's like, I don't really think that he understands because it's like you could see like Anaya didn't even understand the whole time.
I feel
So
like
what
he's
makes
like
you think that you would understand? Like it's basically like the same situation, same toxicity, same all of that.
I feel feel like he's being like me in situations. He's blind to like what's actually happening, and I guess the advice that we're giving him, that's why he gets mad all the time. He doesn't want to hear it because I mean not mad, but like you don't always want to hear it because you don't want to hear what you need to hear and tell them what you want. You know you're not in the camera, so if you want to talk,
I was gonna say something.
So say it.
Well, I mean, in the Sean situation, the same thing in yours, even though yours wasn't approved of. But
His isn't either.
yeah, but I mean, Sean is older. I mean, he's 16. So at this age is when you start to experiment. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, you can't tell anybody what to do. Like, they have to go through it. Granted, we all are here, and we all gonna give advice. It's like we all were here, and we all were giving you advice. But at the end of the day, you did what you wanted to do, right? So you just have to let the person go through it and experience it, because that's the only way you're gonna learn. You have to experience it. But at the same time, you know, you have your partners, you have your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers, uncles, aunties, grandmothers, whoever is in your life at that time that's giving you influence, good influence, right? That's what they're there for. But in order for you to grow in order for you to grow as a person, you have to learn, you have to experience, you have to go through things. And that's what it is. I mean, y'all can talk to Nation till y'all blue in the face, but at the end of the day, he's going to do what he want to do, and that's his right. That's his prerogative. That's what life is. That's what it's supposed to be. Because you have to experience it, whether it's good or bad, and you hope, you know, while he's going through it, he learns from it, and he doesn't repeat the same mistake. Same thing with you. We hope you don't repeat the same mistake. That's all we could do.
Right. And
I wanted to say something. Like, alright, yeah, you know what, you right, Anaya, you right. When it comes to sometimes y'all, when y'all be talking to me, yeah, I do get upset because it's like, alright, y'all tell me a couple of times. I'm like, yeah, I hear y'all, all of that. But then nobody want to keep hearing the same thing over and over again. And then it's not even only that y'all telling me it over and over again. The way that y'all be relaying the message to me, it's not in a way where it's like, oh, I'm gonna sit there and be welcome to accepting it. The way I relay it to me, it's like, oh, like, oh, this is what you need to do.
I feel like sometimes you wants to sugarcoat what it is, and
like you're not
it's like nobody want to do that sometimes. It's just like, yo, bro, if you're not gonna listen, bro, I'm gonna put it to you the harsh way, the way you're gonna remember what I said.
Exactly, because if you remember, me and I, we was not putting it to you like this before. We was sugarcoating it. We was being mad calm by like, yo, Sean, you're gonna like, you just need to do this, you need to do that to make yourself and fix the relationship, I guess. And it's like, well, dang, now it's just like you're ignoring us. So it's like, well, we're gonna put it to you a way that you're gonna remember what we told you. So it makes you feel like, oh, well, dang, my cousins and people are seeing like what's going on with me. So now it's like it's really like an issue. Like I don't know how to explain it, but that's what the idea.
What I could say is, what I could say is like, when it came to y'all giving me advice, yeah, I did. I'm not gonna say I didn't take some of what y'all was saying, cause there was a couple of things that y'all told me that I did, you know, start to listen to and I just start to do, but like I don't know, like even sometimes when it comes to like my dad, when he'll tell me things, like I'll be like, alright, dad. But it's just like, yo, I want to go through it on my own, so like, basically, cause like, yes.
So Kylie said the same thing to me this weekend, right? What else said to you?
It was like your parents just want what's best for you. They basically don't want you like to repeat the same mistakes that they did, basically.
And not everything that you want to learn on your own is worth it.
Right, like you don't have to make the same mistakes that other people made. You can learn from their mistakes. Because sometimes, yeah, certain mistakes you do have to make. Like, when you dating people, you have to make those mistakes yourself. You know why? Because if you don't, you will never understand why people tell you don't go through that. You will never understand that. You will never understand heartbreak if you never go through it. You can never sympathize with somebody through heartbreak if you never went through it. Like, you wouldn't be able to sympathize with him had you not gone through whatever your situation was, right? And that's the same thing with you. Now you can sympathize with them, and so on and so on. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. But I don't want y'all to ever think that every situation, every problem that you guys have, or everything that happens, you want to learn from your own mistakes. We're not gonna be on this earth long enough to make every mistake. Some people have already made mistakes for us that we can look at and learn from. Like, nah, I'm not gonna make that mistake. That's not a mistake I'm gonna make. You understand what I'm saying? Like, every mistake does not have to be made. However, there are certain mistakes that we are all going to do. All of y'all gonna have heartache. All y'all gonna have somebody mistreat y'all. Every single last one of y'all. All four of y'all, and Chloe included. That's just the way of the world. Everybody is gonna have some heartache. Everybody is gonna have somebody mistreat them. But like I told y'all before, and I'm gonna tell y'all again, it's up to y'all to have people treat you the way you're supposed to be treated. If they treating you wrong, you teach them how to treat you. You don't just sit around and just let people treat you crazy and it all be good and things like that. That's not how it goes.
So she said she was freaky, well, girl, I'm a slut. I pull her with Cutter, you know he a monster. Oh, thing I involve, you get hit with your friends.